Guys, when it comes to upgrading your home and you're a new DIY, it can be a daunting task. But I'm going to show you some simple steps to upgrading your bathroom taps. It really is easy and it makes the world of difference. This is a simple upgrade where we're just going to replace the top head of the tap. And the reason being is mostly that's the dated part of the tap, whereas the spout itself is pretty much standard and it can be used for many years to come. So the first thing you need to do is to identify the size and style of the tap head that you're going to use. So I recommend that you remove your existing tap head and take that down to the guys at Builders and make sure that it matches up to the correct size. So to remove the tap head, we need to undo the handle. Remove the handle by unscrewing the screw on the side. Alternatively, there could be a screw on the top. Loosen those off and remove the handle. You then need to remove the cover to get to the nut on the underside. So how do you do that? Well, having a look at the tap itself, you'll see that there is a collar over the head section of the tap. Now, each one of these can be different. Some of them have a nut section on the bottom, some don't, so it depends on how you're going to take them off, what tool you're going to use. You'll find the shifting spanner will fit nicely on the nuts if it's large enough. Alternatively, if there isn't a nut edge there, you can make use of the water pump pliers or the bobby yarn spanner. Now, when you're removing the cover, often it can be corroded in that joint, and you end up actually loosening the head and the cover at the same time. That's fine, you're actually doing two jobs in one step. Pop your spanner onto the nut section of the tap head. Line it up. And it's normally quite stiff because it hasn't been open for quite a long time, so you may have a little bit of corrosion in the joint. You might want to use some releasing agent. Now, as you're loosening this, you may notice some water draining out. Don't worry too much. It should actually slow down and eventually stop, as long as you have isolated the tap. Right, there's your old tap head. Take that down to the guys at Builders and they're going to match up something for you. I've obviously already done that, and that's the key item, is those threads are matching up. And you'll see now with modern taps, most of it's all got O-rings in here, so it's actually a lot easier to assemble, easier to seal on the top sections here as opposed to an old fiber washer. Now, before installing your new tap head, what you need to do is just check the condition of the inside of your tap and make sure it's smooth and clean, as well as the top edge of the existing spout. Now, when installing the tap, what I like to do is to obviously take the cap off, remove the handle, remove the collar. Now, when you're screwing in the head, it's easy to screw and you don't need to use a spanner on the initial section. You just want to wind it in onto the threads with your fingers. If it is too difficult, that means that you're cross-threading it or the plunger is in the closed position. So take your handle first of all, just open up the tap, make sure it's in the open position, line that up and gently twist. You'll see it easily goes in. Now that final tighten, just a little nip. That's it. You don't want to over tighten it because it's going to squash the O-ring and it's going to damage it. That's the tap mechanism all in place. Now we need to pop on our cover. Again, just screw that down finger tight. That's more than enough. It's just a cover. On goes your handle. Okay, so that's the tap head in position. I just need to give it a bit of a clean up here and then exactly the same process for the other side. There you have it. We've replaced the top heads of our taps and what a difference that makes to this bathroom. Not to mention that really was an easy DIY with hardly any plumbing skills needed. Really love the end result. Remember, everything that you need is available at your local Builders outlet. Be sure to check out our YouTube clips for a range of product reviews, how-tos and DIYs just like this. Get to Builders and get it done.